So the first question, real simple right off the bat. Why did you write Positive Masculinity, the third book?
Okay, the reason I did was, like I was just saying a minute ago, I really think that masculinity itself is being obfuscated. It's being blurred. It's being distorted by what I call in the book called the village. And has anybody ever heard the term, it takes a village to raise a child, right? Okay, so I use that kind of as a catch-all phrase, and I use a lot of these in my writing, like the feminine imperative. And in Positive Masculinity, I use that term, the village, to represent like not just the teachers that are teaching you when you are a little kid. And we're talking about like from 5 years on up, because 5 years old is about the most impressionable that a kid is going to be, and they're going to learn a lot of their core beliefs and their core sets right at that age. Because anybody ever hear that like kids who are 5 years old, they're like mental sponges. So I think that earlier and earlier the village is trying to get to kids to convince them that being a boy is bad. It's what I call gender loathing. That being a little boy is
like a defective girl, basically.
Exactly. They're teaching boys that it is correct and it's better to be a girl. It's the teaching styles. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Camille Paglia. She was a former feminist, but she writes quite a bit about the education of young children and boys being raised as defective girls. And the teaching style, which of course is mostly women teaching your kids that are yay big, is instilling them and putting these blue pill beliefs into them at an earlier and earlier age. So they already feel in some way slighted because they're a boy. If the boy is acting out, if he acts like a boy, if he has a lot of energy and he wants to go out on the playground, what do? We sedate the kid, right? So from a very early age, that boy is being taught that being a boy, being male, is a bad thing. In I think it was my second book, there is actually came from a post called Teach Your Children Well. And on that post, I took a picture, or I screen capped a picture of a blackboard or a video display. And what the teachers had done for this class of 9-year-old boys was ask them what it is about being a boy that they dislike the most. And if you looked at the list of adjectives, and it's, like I said, it's in the second book, it will run down pretty much what you would expect from a women's studies class about what is the most wrong things about men today. And so we're talking about teaching, fourth graders, 9 years old, about fourth grade, fifth grade, somewhere around there. Yeah. You're talking about reaching the youngest of the young to pre-program, precondition for the blue pill these kids. And so as far as positive masculinity is, titling it as that, I think my push is to change guys' minds about what it is to be masculine. I was just reading an article the other day about how guys simply don't want to be masculine. They don't want to have to figure it out anymore. It's gone from defining it for yourself in a feminine correct terminology to just completely saying, oh, fuck that masculinity stuff. I'm just going to be whoever I'm going to be, and then expect women to appreciate that. Expect women to say, oh, he's a non-masculine guy, so he's identifying with the feminine, so therefore he's unique, or he's not like other guys. I'm here to tell you right now, he is like every other guy that there is, because outside of this room, out here in the streets right now, we are the minority. For us to all collect here together, and if we were to have media here or people who are outside, the first thing they would say is, these guys are losers. Or these guys they need to find out about women, they need to find out how to date, they need to find out how to be a man. What losers? Because we're all supposed to have some intrinsic knowledge of what it is to be a guy. And I'll tell you right now, when you're 5 years old and your teacher is telling you that it's better to be a girl, and then you get to be 10 years old, and then you get to be 15, and you get to be 20 years old, all of that builds up layer upon layer upon layer to the point where you don't know what masculinity is. So that's really why I titled it that, because it's really an effort to counteract what I call the village.